I have survived the equivalent of a nuclear explosion, and I survived death. You may think that that sounds pretty extreme, but I'm going to explain how this happens, and this happens to all of you. You have all survived death. Literally. It's amazing. It's pretty amazing. Well, what am I talking about? Well, as you know, your body is composed of cells, and these cells are lost and then new cells arrive. This happens throughout life. Another thing happening all the time, constantly, and that is molecules changing and atoms changing, shifting about, electrons and all that. This is change happening all the time, and if you compare you as a 2-year-old to you as a 20-year-old, the fact of the matter is that you are a completely different person. The person you see on those photographs does not exist anymore. Everything is gone. That guy is dead. He has been dead. The cells are gone. That is the interesting part here. That he is dead. You have to face the facts, and it's tough, I know. But you have died. Though you survived. That's the amazing part. That is the good news. You first hear the bad news, and then you hear the good news. And how does this relate to life after death, you might think? Well, the thing is that throughout your life, your personality, your I am, was active, and the impressions you got and the experiences you had was continuous. That's why you are living. You are living because it continues. And some people may think that when you die, you get shot or something like that, you die forever. That's not true. Because the only difference between you being bombarded by, shotgun shells and being blasted by grenades and all kinds of stuff, the only difference is that it has to do with the rate it happens, how quickly it happens. So, the life after death, for that to happen, the same changes that allows a human being to survive the changes happening throughout life in the body, the changes, the metamorphosis from the life in the flesh to the life after death has to be in such a manner as to preserve the continuous personality and I am. Of course, this is complex stuff. I know this is complex. Though, there has to be, for the life after death to happen, to be this kind of function, an analogous to function or phenomenon to what happens in the human body, although life after death is not dependent on the human body, even though the I am, the sense you have of the I am survives. And this is something that God is able to bring about because, of course, I haven't been on the other side yet. I haven't died completely. I have only survived death in my life now. Although there has to be a kind of similar thing happening. Of course, it's potentially very complex. And it has to be some kind of we having an organ or something like that that is kind of extra dimensional, or that there are some kind of that the human soul, that the surviving spirit achieves in cooperation with the human self, some kind of symbiosis, some kind of co-evolution. Because something you see in religion is that you have to do certain things in order to survive death. That's the very interesting part. And that's something that you see in co-evolution, symbiosis in nature, is that certain beings, they have to is both have to sacrifice certain things in order to cooperate. Although if they do so, they are very successful, and something analogous to that happens after death. Though it's probably far more complex.